The views and opinions expressed on Wrestling Winedown are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any other agency, organization, employer, or company. What's up, guys? It's Lo, and you are tuned in to Wrestling Winedown, a female-founded and hosted podcast dedicated to professional wrestling and our favorite adult beverage. Summertime is here, and what better way to celebrate than with summer wine recommendations? I have the ladies here of Twinkle Toast LV, a Las Vegas female-based company that is all about the finest wines. They'll be giving us the lowdown on what wines we should be drinking this summer. And of course, make sure that you're drinking your wine responsibly. So grab your glass of wine. We're going in for the 3 count. Summer is right around the corner, and you need some good rosé in your life. I have Christine and Aaron here from Twinkle Toast LV, and they're going to spill the wine on what you should be drinking this summer.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
It definitely feels like it's already summer, at least here in Las Vegas.
Oh, yes, it is hot outside.
I'm like, that 118 is a real thing.
Oh, yeah, we're feeling it.
Yes, definitely a scorcher out there. Let's talk about how you guys got into Twinkle Toast. How did this idea come about?
Well, Aaron and I have known each other, for 7+ years now? And we were working with each other in the wine distribution industry. And we kind of felt like, as wine salespeople at the time, that there was a bit of a disconnect between regular people and all of the fancy people who are in the wine world. So ultimately, we really just wanted to start Twinkle Toast to give people a more relatable experience and a more relatable way to learn about wine, something that's a bit more approachable and a bit more fun, less scary. We think ultimately it's just an agricultural product that we love, and we just want more people to be able to enjoy it and not be afraid to try it and to ask questions and to have fun with it.
We started with 60-second videos on YouTube, which we learned very quickly were quite difficult to produce and to make, but we had so much fun, and we would utilize a lot of our friends in the industry, whether they be master sommeliers or beverage managers or suppliers. We even had like champagne experts come on, and we'll just kind of ask them what we consider the dumb questions that maybe us a few years ago or even our friends were scared to ask. Like, one of the questions I was like, what is the schmutz at the bottom of this red wine? Do I drink it? Is this bad? And those are questions that a lot of our friends were scared to ask. Or even like, if we see a wine list and I don't know how to pronounce that French word, what do I do? And so answering those questions, and again, making wine really approachable and fun. And it really just kind of spiraled into us hosting themed events, because Christine and I love any opportunity to get dressed up and be obnoxious
and entertain.
And we know how much you love rosé. So one of our favorite events that we've hosted is Pretty in Pink, and it's an 80s rosé theme tasting.
Yes.
And you can actually find some of our photos on our Instagram, and we just reposted some of our favorite 80s rosé theme tastings. We get all dressed up, we taste some rosé, we listen to some obnoxious music, and just kind of having fun and getting people together. It's all about kind of like a shared experience and reconnecting with friends and family over the love of wine.
Talk to me a little bit more about your members only club. You guys talk about that on your Instagram as well as your website.
Yeah, so that was something, honestly, that launched. We wanted to launch it actually last year in the spring, and then obviously COVID hit and kind of put everything on hold, and people weren't able to go out. And a lot of our members are restaurants, bars, wine event companies, those types of things. So we did put it on hold up until this year, but ultimately we wanted to share some of our favorite wine-centric businesses that are local to Las Vegas with people that we come into contact with at our events, or people who follow us on Instagram. It's just a great way to save some money while you're going out and supporting these local businesses that we have appreciated over the years. And like I said, they're very wine focused, and they're all really great people. I think $50 for the year is a pretty reasonable price to pay when you're getting half off bottles every weekend at Hearthstone or Bertilla Brunch, or half off bottles at Garagiste every time you go. It really pays for itself pretty quickly. So it's just one more way for us to encourage people, like I said, to support these businesses and drink more wine.
Yeah.
And people can support you as well. I see you guys are selling merch. Where can people find your merch as well as learn more about your company, Twinkle Toast LV?
So we do have a website, twinkletoast.com. We used to have a shop on our website. We currently just feature some of our wine themed t-shirts on Instagram.
She's being modest. She made all of them and they're so amazing.
I love them. Yes.
We did design them all. It's been really fun, but we will have them for sale at events. Also, if somebody sees something they like, they're more than welcome to DM us. We're happy to drop ship those anywhere.
But we have tanks and teas. Both of our fathers are very proud to wear their Twinkle Toast shirts. It's quite an honor.
Obviously, our Instagram is Twinkle Toast
LV.
On Facebook, we're just Twinkle Toast. But twinkletoast.com is our website. And that has pretty much all the information, including some of those videos that we talked about earlier.
And our name is a little play on words. So Christine is a dancer, so little Twinkle Toes, and I collect antique toasters. And we also, and obviously enjoy wine, so the toast. So Twinkle Toes came to fruition. I want to say Christine texted me about midnight when we were thinking of the idea, and she got out of the shower. She goes, I figured it out. I know what our name is. I already know what the logo looks like. It was fantastic.
I love it. Let's get into these recommendations. The sun is out. It's summertime. People are traveling. They're having a good time. What should they be drinking, wine specific, this summer?
First and foremost, rosé is definitely a go-to in the summertime, especially poolside, daytime. And we just posted a beautiful watermelon mint salad that's at Hearthstone, and that would be amazing with a glass of rosé over a lunch or a brunch. It really is one of the most versatile wines in terms of pairing. There's so many types of food that it can pair well with, and you really can't go wrong.
What's your favorite? I know I put you on the spot.
I'm like, ooh. Honestly, that salad has been on my brain since we posted it, but I don't know. It goes with everything.
I know. All right.
So I'm also thinking a lot about pizza right now, which I think that would be great, but most wine goes well with pizza.
Most wine goes well with pizza. So one of my favorite rosés is the Palm, which was like a secondary label by Whispering Angel. And I'm a sucker for like a really gorgeous, like kind of mid-century motif, and is so beautiful. But that would be my pairing with the watermelon salad, is the Palm by Whispering Angel. Just like watermelon, feta, mint, rosé, call it a day. Yeah, that would be definitely my favorite. But one of my favorite like summertime pairings, I know it's gonna sound super cheesy, but champagne and salt and vinegar chips. I know it sounds so simple, but on those days where you're like, ugh, it's so hot, I don't even feel like cooking, I grab a bag of Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar chips and pop a bottle of bubbles, whether it be like Prosecco or sparkling. I mean, we've really done it all. We actually had one of our favorite Ernie, on with a bottle of Krug and potato chips, and it is a fantastic pairing. It's something so super simple, really easy.
French fries really go well with champagne as well. Any honestly, most fried foods, fried chicken and champagne, delicious. And then if you're a red wine lover, which when it's hot, typically I lean away from big reds. However, a red Zinfandel can be great with barbecue. So if you're a red wine lover and you're like, I'm not drinking the white wine, I only want the red stuff.
Or you're cautious of your teeth like we are.
You can definitely go for a really nice, especially California Zinfandel. Yeah. Those really jammy, beautiful fruit flavors with the barbecue it's a winning combo for sure.
I think one of my favorite Zins is Raffinelli Zin, which I know is like super old school and super old vine, but it's really jammy, delicious, and great on its own. But I think with barbecue, my husband makes a stellar brisket, so I think that's one of our favorite pairings.
We are taking a quick break from this episode to hear all about the Rest Friends podcast.
Hey, listeners of Wrestling Winedown, I'm Meridian Fierro, co-host and co-creator of Rest Friends. We are your wrestling friends, your wrestling best friends. We're a podcast and YouTube channel. Every week, alongside my amazing co-host and cousin, Teddy, we talk about WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything trending in the world of wrestling. And over on our YouTube channel, we have vlogs, reactions, and recaps. You can find the Rest Friends podcast on all streaming platforms and subscribe to our Rest Friends channel on YouTube. Los esperamos ahí. We have all the chisme. Now, back to Wrestling Winedown.
That's awesome. Have you guys tried the frosé at the ballpark?
I haven't been to the ballpark and I've been meaning to get out there.
Since it reopened, no, because I did a tour when they very first opened, but I think it would have been weird for me, like on my tour, be like, can I try that? Can I have that? But I've heard really, really great things about it. And we did another rosé tasting at UNL Vino. And one of the most popular things that people wanted to try at our booth was the frosé. And it is the simplest thing. I mean, obviously it ends up just being a little kind of like slurry mix of sugar, water, and rosé. And you can make it at home. You can even throw in like fresh strawberries or mint. Ridiculously easy. Put it in a blender and call it a day.
Any mimosa recommendations? I love a nice brunch, and I know our listeners do too.
The Craft Table off of Eastern, and they do an awesome mimosa flight. So you get like the juices. I'm a huge fan of tropical juice. So I would say like something guava. I mean, it depends on where you're at, but you could even use kerns and use like just like the simplest top.
I'm a less juice, more
bubbles.
booze.
Yeah.
Just a little splash of the juice.
A little, yeah.
Just
to change the color so people aren't
flavor.
judging.
Or,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of like the Cure Royale and just using a little like creme de cassis, which is not exactly like a mimosa, but it does give it a little bit more of a fruit flavor and make it a little bit more fun and special.
Yes. Well, and my favorite like food pairing with it is smoked salmon. So I would do like a smoked salmon plate and pair it with whether it be a mimosa or bubbles, or I think that's probably one of my favorite brunch items. If they have smoked salmon, especially if they cure it themselves, I'm like a sucker. I'm like, I need that. I need that. The plate, no bagel, just the salmon.
Do you ladies have any other wine recommendations? We love some fruity wines here at Wrestling Winedown. Watermelon, peach, maybe mango?
I mean, a lot of rosés definitely can pick up on some of those watermelon type flavors, especially like the deeper pink ones. I would say like another fun varietal that we enjoy, and we featured it recently, so you can definitely look at some fun pairings on our Instagram, would be Vermentino. It's an Italian grape varietal, and it's kind of something I feel like is starting to pick up a little momentum in the States, but it's been lesser known for a long time. It's sort of like if Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Gris / Grigio, depending on where you are.
Oh yeah.
Had a baby. It's kind of like a good mix. So it's a dry, kind of lighter style of wine, but it's just really refreshing and crisp and tasty for the summertime. And that would go great with any kind of really like fish, white fish, even ceviches, those types of things would just be lovely with it. So there's a lot of really fun and funky Italian whites, I think, that are really great for summer. And it's like, don't be afraid just because it has a weird name that you haven't heard. Look it up, see if it's going to be a style you like, whether you like sweeter wine or drier wine like we do. We kind of prefer the dry stuff, but.
Well, another cocktail that was referred to us by our friend over at Sazerac, her name is Sarah. She turned us on to the Mom Bomb, which is a glass of Prosecco, and then you drop kind of a shot. They use Demi, which is a peach flavored liqueur, but I'm pretty sure you could use, a peach schnapps or another peach liqueur, and it is perfect. You could throw it on ice if you want with a little garnish. I mean, you could throw in some rosemary or thyme or a peach or drink it by itself, but it was awesome. So if you're looking for something kind of fruity and different, you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. Or if someone gave you a really cheap bottle of bubbles, you're like, what do I do with it now?
You gotta dress it up.
Dress it up, make a mom bomb out of it, and it is stellar.
That drink sounds absolutely delicious. I might actually have to make my own. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today and spilling the wine on what we should be drinking this summer. Where can the people find you on social media?
Oh, should I tell everybody?
Yeah.
On Instagram, you can find us at Twinkle Toast LV. On Facebook, we're just under Twinkle Toast, but you can find us on our website, www.twinkletoast.com.
In terms of events that we are hosting on our own, we're in the work. We have a few in the works. So we look forward to getting back out there and to seeing everybody and to getting Twinkle Toasted again.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wrestling Winedown. You can find all of our other episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and wherever else you listen to your podcast. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at WWDCAST. Let us know what you thought about the episode. What was your favorite part? Until next time, enjoy your wine and, of course, enjoy your wrestling. Cheers!